European Data Warehouse is the first and only designated repository in the Euro area for securitization data. So what we're doing, and we've been doing this since 2013, we're collecting loan-level data and relevant documentation for, by now, I think roughly 1,200 ABS transactions. So it's a wealth of information that we have been collecting, and we provide this information to investors and potential investors, rating agencies, central banks, and other market players to make better investment decisions, to do better analysis, to do better research. And I think that's the job of the European Data Warehouse. The purpose of the European Data Warehouse is to restore confidence by providing transparency, by collecting information, loan-level data, by working with the issuers to make sure that the data is comparable, that it's accurate, that it's standardized, so that on the other side, central banks, investors can rely on that information to restore, basically to make decisions with confidence, to invest the money, to analyze, to draw conclusions from the research and from the data. And I think that's the main purpose of the European Data Warehouse. The loan-level data we collect provides a tremendous wealth of information. For every single loan we collect, we use the ECB templates. We ask roughly 50 to 60 attributes per loan. Those could be the value of the property, the location of the property, the brand of the car that is being used to, basically for the loan that's being used to buy the car, the interest that's being paid, the age of the borrower. So a tremendous wealth of information that can be used in many ways. Really providing investors the opportunity to better understand where they put their money and to understand how these deals are performing. First and foremost, if you're an investor, it provides you the ability to really understand where you put your money, to basically kind of understand how is the deal performing. Will I be able to fulfill my due diligence requirements that I have as an investor to actually kind of explain why I've invested in this transaction and not in another one. If you are not an investor, but you are a consultant or you are a researcher, the data gives you this tremendous amount of information that you can use. For example, what's the borrowing behavior in France versus Italy? Why do certain loans very successful in one country where they're not in others? Why do people tend to have very, very long time loan maturities, 20, 30, 40 years in some countries, where they only use 10 or 15 in another country? So those differences you can only do if you have the underlying data, and the European Data Warehouse is collecting that data. I think we are a vital part of it. We helped the Euro system following the financial crisis to restore confidence by providing transparency. So we were the one entity that collected all the information and made it available. So we're the central source of information, providing that service to the market. So we act as infrastructure. And I think we did our share to restore confidence and to rebuild that market in Europe. I think we're just a unique company. We're kind of a startup. We're just 6 years old. And we have a very diverse multinational team here. We have 30 people stemming from 18 different nations. We speak multiple languages, so even if you send us an email in Hebrew or Tamil, we're probably able to answer it. I think that makes us unique, but not only that, we have a team of dedicated young people and a team of dedicated specialists to really strive to make the data better, to work with the issuers in Europe, to help them to basically get the most out of the data, and also on the other side, the investors, the users, the researchers, that they can rely on the data and produce research and analysis with more confidence. And I think that's the big value that European Data Warehouse is bringing to the market. I think the flagship product, if you want to speak, is the quality of our data, and providing the data, being one source for the data. You don't have to run to 10 different locations to collect the pieces and basically put them together. You just have one source. There's a one-stop shop, if you like. And we bring in all this information to the market, to the investors, to the researchers, to the analysts. They don't have to go anywhere else. We have consistent, standardized processes that we apply to make the data better and to make it more comparable and easier to understand. So I think that's, if you want, that's our it's not the data alone, but the processes and the efforts we put into it to make the data more meaningful and more usable. I think that's our flagship product. That is actually a very valid question you asked, and it's a sensitive topic, I understand, for many of our users. The data that we receive is anonymized. So we have no information about who is behind the individual loans or the borrower IDs, so I think that's a good thing. There is no way we can identify an individual. On the other hand, the data, of course, and that's the second aspect, is stored in secure data environments. So we have data centers, professional ones, where the data is secured behind firewalls, etc. So it's not easy to access. Still, every investor who would like to use, or everybody who would like to use the information, could register with European Data Warehouse and get access to it. I think our future, of course, is to become the first designated repository under the new securitization regulation. So we're striving at the moment to prepare ourselves. We are updating all our IT systems, our applications. Those will go live on 1st of October. We are preparing the application for ESMA, so all the things that need to be done on our side are being done at the moment to make sure that we provide a seamless experience to our customers. They don't have to worry about where will I put my data next year once I have to submit it to a data repository or securitization repository, but they can rest assured that European Data Warehouse will be there to do the job. We have to look into this. At the moment, our number one goal is to clearly become a designated repository, just to give our customers that peace of mind, to make sure that they understand, according to Article 7, they have to disclose the wealth of information for investors and potential investors, and that European Data Warehouse is there actually to help them, to give them the platform that they need to do so. What we are doing, of course, we're looking into more and more aspects, what are so-called ancillary services around the pure repository function. But let's get the job done first. So let's focus on the repository, get that job done, make sure basically we provide the service for our customers that they ideally need, and then basically take the next step.